Look at what I found. More goodies to mess around with. Neon sign transformers. Probably not much good though. Ugh. Someone's been digging in that one. Standard electric. Okay, well, I seem to have the pick of the crop here. This is the best looking of the lot. The other ones look kind of fried or melted or badly crushed and gouged. The guy who scrapped them tried cleaning one for copper and took quite a while. I think he ended up throwing it in the fire and still ended up with a burnt mess with iron in it, so he didn't bother. I can only assume they were thrown out because something was wrong with them, but that being said, even if one pole still works, I'd be quite happy. Because most of these are a centre tapped twin secondary transformer, so they got secondary, centre tap ground. So you got 6 kV, 6 kV, or 12 across the two. That's generally how these things work. The little one that's on the bench at the moment for testing is a single outlet transformer, so it's just straight tap to ground like a microwave oven transformer. So without further ado, let's do some cleaning up and testing. Alright, first up is 5000 volt leader electrical, made in Victoria, Preston. Same with all the big white cased ones, they're all Australian made. Yeah, 24 milliamps. So this is connected to the high tension side, length of Teflon rod with the high tension cable on it, and it's going to ground. Very hot and not getting anything. Hang on, we have a power switch on the housing as well. I'll if I turn that on. Working fairly well. Can't see it. Hang on. Make a good bug zapper transformer. Seems to work alright. Put you in the good pile. Okay, let's try this little standard electric works one. This is centre tapped, 30 milliamps at 12,000 volts. 6 kV each side, each insulator, but should be 12 across the two. So I'm going to try each one to ground, then I'm going to try across both poles. Master on. No awkward buzzing noises already, so that's good. It's a lot chunkier than the last one. I'm happy with that. That side's working too. Yep. Let's go cold. It's all off. These things do not store charge, but if you're really untrusting like me, especially if something you just picked up out of the junkyard, you can always short across and just be sure. But again, it's not a capacitor, but it's a metal can, you don't know what's inside. Maybe it is a good idea to short them out, I don't know. I'm just being over cautious. I don't want a video of myself getting electrocuted ending up on the internet. Hell, if I survive, I'd probably upload it myself. Alright. Master on. Transformer on. Ooh, you can hear the the air being broken down just at the, yeah, about an inch away. You get that nice corona. Ooh. She's a big bitch, this one. I like it. Let's strip that one out of its crushed metal housing and put him in the good pile too. All cold, time to swap over. Yeah, this one's rusted through at the bottom, unfortunately, but it shouldn't affect anything. Definitely not original for this housing. The housing's much cleaner. I'm guessing this one was mounted like that in an installation and it's just had water running down the wall. And they decided to make it a bit safer by putting it inside a metal box. Yeah, it's pretty good. It'll still be good. I'll just sticky tape something over the bottom of it. If it goes short, it'll go to ground anyway. Okay, let's have a look at this Italian-made transformer. Test it out. Unfortunately, I can't get the German one working because the primary input wires are burnt off at the bloody grommet. It doesn't have proper stud terminals, they're all potted into the bloody insulation. So that one's pretty much screwed. I might try and rip it apart and salvage the insulators, but that's only if it's fairly easy, and these things are never easy to open, so it can go and die. There we go. Now let's turn this thing on and see what happens. Ooh. Still works. Working quite well. Happy with that. That's what it's called. Made in Italy. What's its output? It doesn't say. No, it's on the case. 7.5 E 7.5. So two 7.5 taps, or you can combine them. Primary is 1.82 amps. Secondary is 25 or 30 milliamps. Pretty good. Not bad for a tiny little package, but it is fairly heavy. Alright, let's try this next Aussie made one. Yeah, Leader Electrical again, type 1535 ES. It is 15 kilovolts, 35 milliamps. Sorry, 30 milliamps. Funny thing is it has a logo on it that says Australian made, and also has one that says Strengthening Australia by BHP Steel. It's kind of ironic because BHP Steel is closing their hot strip mill on the Mornington Peninsula, something that has provided the community with quite a lot of jobs over the years. It's rather unfortunate. Sort of the equivalent of the United States losing Bethlehem Steel. But it's not just because of carbon tax and all that other bullshit. They did kind of dig their own graves. I'm not going to go into that, but yes, it's made with Australian steel in Australia by Australians. Let's see if it still works. So far all the import ones have been working fine. Oh, I guess the little white one I did at first was Australian made, but it's only a tiny little baby. Doesn't have the kick of that tiny little French one, or Italian one. But it is working. It's not bad, considering the bloody potting compound looks terrible. It's the worst potting job I've ever seen. All bloody cracks in it. You want a potting compound that doesn't shrink and crack like that when it gets hot. Oh well. I guess that one can go in the good pile too. The other two I don't really care about because I've got way more than enough now. All cold, ready to go. I suppose I should do a test across both windings. energetic. I'm happy with that. Alright, last of the big ones. There's one more pissy little resin block one, but I'll play with that later. It's missing a few bits. Not too bad. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Thanks for watching. Just about out of battery. Oh well.